Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain fixed point iteration method. This method is also known as the successive approximation method. So when we apply the iteration method, if we have an equation fx is equal to 0, then we can write the equation fx is equal to 0 into the form of x is equal to phi of x. Then the iteration method is converges if modulus of phi dash x is less than 1. If modulus of phi dash x is greater than 1, then this method is diverges. Then the general approximation to the root is defined as x n is equal to phi of x n minus 1, where n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on, is called the fixed point iteration method. So when we apply this method, so we follow the following steps. Step 1. In step 1, using intermediate value theorem, to compute an interval where root lies. After that, using an initial approximation which is denoted by x naught, and in step 2, the given equation fx is equal to 0 written into the form of x is equal to phi of x, and check the condition the phi dash x should be less than 1. If this is less than 1, then iteration method is converges. After that, using, that is in step 3, using successive iteration approximation, x n is equal to phi of x n minus 1, where n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. That is, when we put n is equal to 1, then we obtain the first approximation x1. x1 is phi of x naught. This x naught is an initial approximation which belongs to the obtained interval or the given interval in step 1, that is if the interval is a comma b. So x naught belongs to the interval a b, then compute x1 in the in successive way, that is put n is equal to 2, then we obtain x2 is phi of x1, that is when we compute the first approximation x1, so x naught is an initial approximation, and when we compute the second approximation, so now keep treating x1 as an initial approximation and continuing this process, and continuing this process until we obtain the desired accuracy of decimal places. That is, if the condition x n plus 1th approximation, that is the difference of the n plus 1th approximation and the nth approximation should be less than or equal to 1 upon 2 into 10 to the power minus k, where k is the number of decimal places. So here I am explain this method with the help of numerical problem. So problem is, using iteration method to compute a real root of the equation 2x minus log x at base 10 is equal to 7 correct to 3 decimal places. So here in step 1, let the equation fx is equal to 2x minus log x at base 10 minus 7 is equal to 0. Say this is equation 1. Now using the intermediate value theorem to compute an interval where the desired root lies. So this equation contain the log, so in that case put the values of x from 1. So when we put x is equal to 1, then f of 1 is equal to 2 minus log 1 at base 10 minus 7, and simplify this with the help of the calculator, then this is minus 5, this is less than 0. Now put x is equal to 1 in equation, x is equal to 2 in equation 1, then f of 2 is equal to 4 minus log 2 at base 10 minus 7 is equal to minus 3.01, which is negative. Now put x is equal to 3 in equation 1. So this will be 6 minus log 3 at base 10 minus 7 is equal to minus 1.477, which is negative. Now put x is equal to 4 in equation 1. Then we obtain 8 minus log 4 at base 10 minus 7 and simplify this with the help of the calculator. So value is 0.398, which is greater than 0. That is when put x is equal to 3 in equation 1, so functional value is negative, and when we put x is equal to 4 in equation 1, then we obtain the functional value is positive. So therefore here we obtain the opposite sign functional value. So therefore f of 3 into f of 4 is less than 0. It means hence the root, that is desired root, lies in the interval 3, 4, lies in the interval 3 and 4. So after step 1 we apply the step 2. In step 2, first of all, we write the given equation fx is equal to 0 into the form of x is equal to phi of x. So the given equation 1 written as x is equal to 1 upon 2 7 plus log x at base 10. Say this value is equal to phi of x, say. Now here phi of x is equal to 1 upon 2 7 plus log x at base 10, and when we compute the derivative of this function, so here log x at base 10, but we know that the differential coefficient of log x at base e with respect to x is 1 upon x, but here base is 10. So first of all change the base 10 to base e. So this is equal to 1 upon 2 7 plus log x at base e into log e at base 10. This is equal to phi of x. Say this is equation 2. Now differentiating equation 2 both sides with respect to x, then we obtain phi dash x, and phi dash x is equal to 1 upon 2 derivative of 7, that is constant term with respect to x is 0. So derivative of log x at base e with respect to x is 1 by x. So this is log e at base 10 upon x, and this phi dash x. So here because we have the interval 3 and 4, so in that case we consider an initial approximation. So let the initial approximation is x naught, and x naught is equal to, say here I am taking the 3.6, and this 3.6 belongs to 3 and 4, that is this 3.6 laying between 3 and 4, and taking any value between 3 and 4, so that will be the initial approximation. So here 3.6 is laying between 3 and 4, so 3.6 is the initial approximation. So therefore mod of phi dash x naught is equal to mod of 1 upon 2 log e at base 10 at base 10 upon x. X is x naught. So this value is equal to 1 upon 2 log e at base 10 upon x naught is 3.6, and log e at base 10 compute with the help of the calculator and divide by 3.6. So this value is equal to 0.121, and this is less than 1, that is here mod of phi dash x or mod of phi dash x naught is less than 1, hence iteration method or successive approximation method converges. Now in step 3 Using successive approximations, or using the nth approximation, xn is equal to phi of x n minus 1. Here n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. So when we put n is equal to 1, so we obtain the first approximation, which is denoted by x1. So x1 is phi of x naught, and here we consider x naught is 3.6. So this value is equal to phi of x naught, means phi of x is 1 upon 2 7 plus log x at base 10. So this is equal to 1 upon 2 7 plus log x naught at base 10, and this is equal to 1 upon 2 7 plus log x naught is 3.6 at base 10, and simplify this with the help of the calculator, then this is equal to 3.778, correct to 3 decimal places. Now when we compute the second approximation, that is denoted by x2, and when we compute x2, so keep treating x1 as an initial approximation, that is x2 is equal to phi of x1. So phi of x1 means 1 upon 2 7 plus log 3.778 at base 10, and simplify this with the help of the calculator, then this value is equal to 3.789. Now using as an initial approximation, then compute the third approximation, x3. x3 is phi of x2, and this is equal to 1 upon 2 7 plus log 3.789 at base 10. Simplify this with the help of the calculator, then this will be 3.789. So here the third approximation is equal to the second approximation exactly, hence the desired root is x is equal to 3.789, correct to 3 decimal places. So this is the procedure to compute a real root for the given equation with the help of the iteration method. Now here I am taking the another question based on the iteration method or successive approximation method. So using the successive approximation method to find a real root of the equation tan times of x minus 1 is equal to sin x, correct to 3 decimal places between 1 and 2. So here interval is given, that is small a is equal to 1, small b is equal to 2 is given. So in that case, in step 1, let the function fx is equal to tan times of x minus 1 minus sin x is equal to 0, or we can write the function fx is equal to sin x minus tan times of x minus 1 is equal to 0, as it is your choice. Say this is equation 1. Now put x is equal to 1 in equation 1, then we obtain the functional value is negative 0.841, that is functional value is less than 0. Now put x is equal to 2 in equation 2, in equation 1, then we obtain the functional value is 9.091, which is greater than 0. That is here at x is equal to 1 and at x is equal to b, we obtain the opposite sign functional values. So therefore f of 1 into f of 2 is less than 0, hence a root lying between the interval 1 and 2. Now in step 2 we can write the given equation 1 into the form of x is equal to phi of x. So we write the given equation 1 as x is equal to 1 plus sin x upon 10, and say this is phi of x. This is phi of x, say. Now compute the derivative of phi. So phi dash x is equal to cos x upon 10. This is derivative of cos x. Let the initial approximation initial approximation x naught, and this x naught is equal to say 1.5 belongs to the interval, open interval 1 and 2. That is, here I am taking the midpoint of 1 and 2. So this is the initial approximation, and we can consider the initial approximation 1.1, 1.2 up to 1.9 in the open interval. So x naught is equal to 1.5. So this is the initial approximation. So therefore phi dash x naught mod is equal to 1 upon 10 mod of cos x naught, that is 1 upon 10 mod of cos 1.5, and when we compute the value of this expression with the help of the calculator, so because in this function trigonometric expression is involved. In the last lecture I told you, when any trigonometric function exist in an equation, so first of all reduce, that is convert your calculator from degree mode to radian mode. So after converting the calculator in radian mode, so we obtain the value of this expression is 0.007, and this value is less than 1. Thus the iteration method is converges. Iteration method is converges. So in step 3, using the nth approximation or using the successive approximation, x n is equal to phi of x n minus 1. Here n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. Say this is equation 2. Now when we put n is equal to 1 in equation 2, so we obtain the first approximation x1. x1 is phi of x naught, and we know that x naught is 1.5. So phi of x is equal to 1 plus sin x upon 10. So this value is equal to 1 plus sin x naught upon 10, that is 1 plus sin x naught is 1.5 upon 10, and simplify this expression with the help of the calculator. When your calculator in radian mode, so we obtain x1 is 1.100. Now using x1 as an initial approximation and put n is equal to 2 in equation 2, then we obtain x2. x2 is phi of x1. So in that case x2 is equal to phi of x1 means 1 plus sin 1.100 divided by 10, and this value is 1.089. Now put n is equal to 3 in equation 2, then we obtain the third approximation. Third approximation is phi of x2 means 1 plus sin x2 means 1.089 divided by 10, and simplify this, we obtain 1.089, exactly the second approximation. So therefore third approximation is equal to the second approximation, hence the desired root is x is equal to 1.089. So this is the procedure to compute the root for the given equation with the help of the iteration method or successive approximation method. So thank you very much.